Most people believe that stopping drinking is going to be a struggle. That's society's understanding when it comes to defeating an alcohol addiction. What very few people will tell you is how easy it can be. In fact, stopping drinking is far easier than drinking. And today, I'm going to tell you what other people are never going to tell you about stopping drinking. I'm going to show you how to make it easy to not drink. How hard do you find it to get your post from a letterbox or make a sandwich? You find it easy. Well, what happens if we can make stopping drinking as easy as making a sandwich or getting your mail from a letterbox? Or do you call it a mailbox in America? I don't know. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at why people say it's so hard and what is wrong with the current paradigm. We're going to look at the root cause most people miss when it comes to stopping drinking. And then I'm going to show you the right way to do things to make it feel easy. Now, very quickly, just before we get into this, if you want my personal help stopping drinking in the Sober Clear program, where we use something called first principles thinking to help our clients reframe the way they view alcohol, so there's no AA required, no willpower required, there's no cravings. We've got a 92% success rate. We've worked with clients from NASA, from Forbes, from JP Morgan. We have CEOs of $100 million companies. We have a seriously good community for you to do this with. If you want to see if that's a good match, click the link in the description and book a call. Me and my team will jump on a short call with you to figure out if my program and my new method could work for you. And if you want more details, just go to soberclear.com, or if you want to book one of those free calls, just click the link down below and we'll speak with you over the next day or two. But now let's get into it. So why do people say it's so hard? Well, the problem is in society's current paradigm. Most people that stop drinking do it one of two ways. They either do it with willpower, or they get support. So they go to AA, Smart Recovery, get a therapist or whatever. So let's break these two things down. When somebody is using willpower to not drink, they're exerting their will over any kind of desire or craving. They get a thought of drinking, they say, no, I don't drink anymore, I'm not drinking for a month, and then they don't drink. Now the problem with this is people that are using willpower, they still have a desire to drink. That's why they need to resist the craving. Just picture it like this. If I drank a pint of milk right now, and I was sat on the toilet all day, I had stomach cramps, I felt terrible, would I need willpower to not drink that milk? Would I need to, drive past a dairy cow in a farm and see them like grazing on some grass and go, oh no, I don't want the milk, no, and like have to fight it? No, of course I wouldn't. I'd associate that milk with pain and negativity, and I'd never do it again. But alcohol causes so much more pain than one day on the toilet and a bad stomach. It causes fights, it causes a lack of self-esteem, it causes a lack of clarity, it can make you put on weight, it puts you in a grave, it can give you cancer. Just think about all the bad things that alcohol does to us. Yet we still need to fight the cravings and fight the desire. Yet with the milk example, it'd be like that. So there's nothing actually wrong with you. You could stop drinking and find it easy, but you need to fix the root cause of the problem. You can't just use willpower. It never works long term. It can work, but the success rate's probably less than 5% long term. I don't know about you, but I don't like the look of those odds. But this is the problem, is this is what almost everybody does. So then everybody's always going to be like, oh, drinking, stopping is so hard, it's so difficult, how do you do it? And that's just a paradigm that we live in. Now, on the other side of the spectrum is support groups. Alcoholics Anonymous. Here, if you go to AA and you do the 12-step program, the first step is admitting you're powerless over alcohol. It's admitting you're an alcoholic, which is, according to AA, a disease with no known cure. Once you've given yourself that label, if you follow that program and follow that system, you have that problem for the rest of your life. Now, I just want to quickly tell you that there is no medical diagnosis for being an alcoholic. It's a made-up self-help term. But when you give yourself this label, what do you think happens? Well, you've got this label and this identity in the back of your head. So when you see alcohol and you're like, well, I'm an alcoholic, how do you think you feel? Do you think you feel empowered and like, yes, I don't drink? Or do you feel like, oh man, this is hard? And one of the big problems is people that give themselves this label that end up drinking again. It's almost like a get out of jail free card where they can go on a crazy binge, or they're a recovering alcoholic for the rest of their life. And these two things have just spread across society. It's how most people see stopping drinking. So of course it's going to be a struggle. But there's a different way for you to fix this problem. And it's to address the root cause. The root cause of our drinking is how we actually view alcohol. We all view alcohol as something that enhances our life and makes it better. But if we can start to see it as something that just takes and does nothing for us, stopping drinking becomes a very logical, easy decision, the same way stopping milk feels easy. But if you're able to understand this social conditioning about alcohol and how society views it, and you're able to start breaking the problem down into its first principles and studying the component parts of the problem, I promise you, stopping drinking is not hard. Just because 99% of people say it is, doesn't mean that it is. It's a worldview, it's a paradigm, and it can change. I found it easy. I've worked with over 400 clients. They've all said the same thing. If you want help doing it, click the link in the description. Let's book a call, let's work together, and let's get you to that place where alcohol is an afterthought, a thing of the past. Because I know you can get there. I've done it, I've seen it happen time and time again. We'll speak with you soon.